In 1901, a group of Greek sponge divers, seeking shelter from a storm, stumbled upon a graveyard of marble and bronze at the bottom of the Aegean Sea. Among the statues of gods and jars of wine, they found a small, green, calcified lump of metal. It looked like trash. It was ignored for months. But then, as the wood casing dried and cracked, it revealed something that shouldn't exist. Bronze gears, interlocking teeth, mathematical inscriptions. For over a century, we called it the Antikythera Mechanism, the world's first analog computer. But as we enter 2025, everything we thought we knew about this device is being rewritten. New excavations at the Shipwreck, breakthroughs in gravitational wave mathematics, and AI-driven scans have revealed a terrifying truth. This device didn't just track the stars. It was a masterpiece of engineering that shouldn't have appeared on Earth for another 1,000 years. Today, we dive into the Antikythera Mechanism 2.0. The 2025 discoveries that prove the ancient world was far more digital than we ever dared to imagine. While the original mechanism was found 124 years ago, the shipwreck itself, a massive Roman cargo vessel, is still giving up its secrets. In mid-2025, an international team of archaeologists, using exosuit diving technology and underwater drones, made a breakthrough. They didn't just find more fragments of the device, they found the ship's black box. For the first time, researchers recovered articulated sections of the ship's hull. Analysis of the wood dates the ship to around 65 BC, but the construction technique suggests this wasn't just a merchant ship. It was a high-value transport vessel, possibly carrying the personal collection of a Roman general or a wealthy philosopher. But the most shocking discovery of the 2025 season? Human remains. Bone fragments found near the mechanism are currently undergoing DNA testing. If we can identify the person sitting next to this computer when the ship went down, we might finally find its creator. Was it a scientist? Or was it a thief, fleeing with technology that was never meant to leave its workshop? For decades, the biggest mystery was the calendar ring. It was broken, missing several pieces, and scholars couldn't agree. Did it track the 365-day solar year, or something else? Enter the University of Glasgow. In a move that sounds like science fiction, researchers in late 2024 and early 2025 applied Bayesian statistical modeling. Same math, used to detect gravitational waves in deep space to the tiny, corroded holes beneath the mechanism's calendar ring. The results are definitive. The ring didn't have 365 holes. It had 354. This confirms that the device was tracking the Greek lunar year, not just the solar year. But it's the precision that is haunting. The holes were positioned with a radial variation of just 0.028 millimeters. To put that in perspective, that is less than the width of a human hair. How did a craftsman in 150 BC achieve sub-millimeter precision without a microscope, without a lathe, without electricity? The 2.0 understanding of this device suggests that the Greeks didn't just have gears. They had a standardized system of mechanical engineering that we thought was invented during the Industrial Revolution. So who built it? For years, the name Archimedes was whispered as a legend. He died in 212 BC, decades before the ship sank. But 2025? Research into the inscriptions to a user manual written on the bronze plates has revealed a specific dialect of Greek. It's a dialect from Corinth, the mother city of Syracuse, where Archimedes lived. Historians now believe the device found in the wreck wasn't a one-off prototype. It was likely a Model 2 or Model 3 based on an original design by Archimedes himself. Think of it like an iPhone. The Antikythera mechanism we have is the iPhone 4, but the original iPhone 1 was designed by the greatest genius of antiquity. New 2025. Reconstructions show that the front face didn't just show the sun and moon. It had 5 pointers for the 5 known planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. They didn't just move in circles. The gears were designed to mimic retrograde motion. This strange way planets appear to move backward in the sky. This requires epicyclic gearing, with gears riding on other gears. This is technology that would not be seen again in Europe until the 14th century cathedral clocks. But not everyone is convinced of its perfection. A controversial 2025 study from the National University of Mar del Plata in Argentina claims that the mechanism might have been a failure. Using computer simulations of the triangular gear teeth, they argued that the friction and manufacturing errors would have caused the device to jam frequently. They suggest it wasn't a scientific instrument, but a luxury toy or a status symbol, something a rich Roman would put on his desk to look smart, even if it didn't always work. However, the counter-argument is even more fascinating. The metal we see today isn't bronze anymore. It's a mineral called over 2,000 years. The bronze has chemically changed, shrunk, and warped. When you account for the 2% shrinkage of the metal under high-pressure seawater, the math clears up. The Antikythera Mechanism wasn't a toy. It was a high-precision computer that did work. It predicts eclipses down to the hour. It tracks the timing of the Olympic Games. It even accounts for the moon's elliptical orbit, speeding up and slowing down just as it does in reality. The Antikythera Mechanism 2.0 changes the narrative of human history. We like to think of progress as a straight line, from sticks and stones to gears, then to steam, then to silicon. But the Antikythera Mechanism proves that history is a series of peaks and valleys. In 150 BC, we were on the verge of a mechanical revolution. We had the math, we had the engineering, we had the computers, and then it all vanished. The ship sank. The Roman Empire shifted its focus to war. The knowledge was lost, and humanity spent the next 1,500 years trying to get back to where Archimedes already was. As we recover more fragments from the floor of the Mediterranean this year, we aren't just looking at an old clock. We are looking at a ghost of a future that never happened. A reminder that technology is fragile, and the greatest inventions of our time could one day be nothing more than green, calcified lumps at the bottom of a forgotten sea. What else is down there? What other untold technologies are waiting to be found? Only time and the deep blue will tell.